Here are some tips that I wish I knew before starting my tattoo apprenticeship. In no particular order, I'm just sort of coming off the top of the head. The first thing I can think of is having a good relationship with the artist that you're looking to do an apprenticeship with. So by that I mean going and getting tattooed by that person multiple times. The more you go in, the more time you're spending with that person, you're building a friendship. So they know you guys get along, you have a laugh together and things like that. That's going to go a long way with being an apprentice for them, if they decide to do that. Each time you go in, you can be like, hey, I love tattooing. I really like the traditional style. Here's some drawings that I've done. Give me some critiquing, some advice, anything like that. And with the folio, you want to have what I call the working out. Like when you do a maths test, you got to show the working out of how you got to that answer. Same thing for the drawing. So it's loose sketches with a red pencil with some shading in there. It's going to show how you got to make that design. You can go over the top with tracing and do the black line and make it like the solidified design for the tattooed. But the sketching is what we're essentially looking for. You will have to learn to draw in the style that translates to be a tattoo. So you can understand that certain lines too close to each other over time expand into each other and be a black blob. These are things that you're not going to know, that you will learn in the apprenticeship. So build a good relationship with the person that you want to do an apprenticeship under. The drawing will follow from there. Hustling is another thing that you want to sort of get on top of now, because you're not going to get paid in your apprenticeship. Try and make artwork or commission or logos or something to sort of bring the income in, because you want to be at that shop full time, you know, learning all the ins and outs of the shop, the admin, the answering phone calls, emails, talking to clients, the customer care, all those things, quoting. This is what you're going to be learning, not just tattooing. The tattooing comes later. It's the other things behind the scenes that are important. You're tattooing at the shop and you're going home and drawing for the upcoming appointments. It's all the behind the scenes things that happen in tattooing that no one sees. It's just overlooked, and they're the most important things. So if you're going home doing all these drawings on your own accord, building a folio and bringing it into that artist every time you get tattooed, you're showing that person that you have initiative and you really want this. And I think that's really important, especially now because it's so easy to just buy things online and just start tattooing and be a self-taught artist. You want to do it the right way. You want to get in the shop. That's why the relationship with the person is so important, because they're investing their time into you, and you got to respect that, and you got to respect their time and really put the work in. Before I started tattooing, I had machines, needles, grips, tubes, all of that, but I waited to get the green light to actually start tattooing. So when I was able to tattoo, I was grateful for the fact that I could tattoo. It was like, all right, I've put my work in, now I'm allowed to tattoo, and I appreciate the fact that I can tattoo. And I think if you just go out there and just start tattooing and just leaving permanent markings on people's skins that aren't very good with no care factor, you don't appreciate, or you're not showing respect to the industry, and I think that's very important. Also, you don't want to come in and say, I want to do tattooing in my own style, because everyone says that, and that's not how it works out. I came in wanting to do Japanese, and when I started tattooing, I went more down the traditional sort of route, and that's because the drawing that I was doing in the shop, it was the foundation of the tattoo, was the line work, and just using one line weight and working my way up. So I started traditional, and as I got more people in, gained more trust, I was able to do Japanese tattooing. With getting tattooed, which is super important, you're able to show that you can sympathize with the client. So if they're getting their ribs done, you can be like, look, I remember that spot, it sucks, but once we get more into the stomach, it's a lot easier. Just another 10 minutes of this and you'll be fine. For example, I was having people sort of tap out when I was doing their back. So I went out and got a back piece, and I was like, yeah, the back sucks to get tattooed. Now, when I'm getting a back piece design ready, I simplify it to its foundation form, get that stencil on there, tattoo that, and then from there I can add detail, add background, add more dimension to the tattoo. But let's get the foundation down first and we can work off that. And that's what you're going to learn by getting tattooed. I think part of the apprenticeship, the main thing is get tattooed. So if we're going to recap everything, it's get tattooed, talk to the artist, get whatever tips you can get from them. Show them your artwork, do all your sketching, your loose sketching, your shading. You can do a bit of color work in there to show your knowledge for color. And hustle, you gotta hustle. By doing that work out of working hours, the drawings and all those kind of things, you're showing that you have initiative, and that's going to go a long way, and that's going to help you in your career, because with tattooing, it's what you put in is what you get out. There's the whole glamorous side of tattooing, and then there's the real side of tattooing, which is putting in the work, staying up late, drawing till 1, 2, 3 in the morning because you're struggling, you got a writer's block, or you just can't get the design done properly. Those are the things that aren't spoken about or seen, and that's what you're going to be exposed to when you start an apprenticeship. So I hope all this helps. There's 1,000 other things that I'd like to bring up, but I just wanted to keep it sort of short form, and we can elaborate on another video. If you have any questions or you want to know anything, feel free to leave a comment below, or you can go to their Instagram, the Zandaka Tattoo Instagram, or my Instagram, Nate Foodog. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and make it to a video down the line. If you like what you saw, please smash that like button, hit subscribe, and we've got more videos coming to you once a week, every Monday. Let's do it. Thank you.